Oh, is there sound now? Should I start again? Okay, so when you can hear sound, just write something. So first of all, give pranams to our Shiksha Gurus, Srila Gogram Maharaj, Sri Bhaktaram Madhusulam Goswami Maharaj, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Thank you for coming. So today is fourth chapter of Jaiva Dharma. If we do like this, 2 chapters a week, then by the end of Kartik we should have finished it. Only 40 chapters in Jaiva Dharma. So be patient, okay? So I hope everyone read third chapter. Third chapter was talking about Naimitic Dharma. Naimitic Dharma should be abandoned. Naimitic Dharma means karma, jnana, astanga, charity, everything not connected with the soul. This is all nisarga. The jiva feel attraction for these as long as his real sarup, his real nature, his real seva has not manifested. Okay, everyone can hear now? Okay, sorry for that. We are electronically challenged. So then Lahiri Mahasaya was discussing all this with his Gurudev, Vaishnav Das. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur introduced him in the last chapter. He was a very wealthy landholder and a Brahmin. He was expert in Arabic and Farsi. He was a very educated and good speaker, but in old age he developed taste for Harinam. So he came to Godruman with the Vaishnavas. He would sing kirtan, but sometimes he would show off his musical expertise and look at the faces of the others for some recognition. So he asked a question that Brahmana is the topmost position in the Varnashram. Why do you not give regard to the Nitya Dharma of the Brahmanas, which is Sandhya, which is Gayatri Vandan and Sandhya, all these other things. So anyway, we heard all that, just refreshing our memories. So Lahiri Mahasaya, he developed faith in Vaishnavism. His last chapter, his Gurudev inspired him to chant Harinam. To that degree we have attachment to Harinam. That degree we can enter into the Nitya Dharma. The Kanishthadikari sometimes chants. The Madhyamadikari always chants. And the Uttamadikari, you see them and you chant. Like Golkashodas Babaji Maharaj and others. One time Babaji Maharaj, to show us the poisonous effect of bad association, he locked himself in the toilet to teach us better to smell the stool of this world than to associate with those who are envious of the Vaishnavas or who are opposed to the seva of Krishna. So he chanted there for 10 days, but when he came out, one other devotee went in and he heard even the bricks were chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So Lahiri Mahasaya, before he was living in the ashram with one Madhav Das, but he was renounced, but he had developed some attachment to his wife, former wife. So this is called Vantasi, one like a dog who vomits something, then eats it again. One who rejects material life, then again accepts it. This is called Vantasi. So Lahiri Mahasaya thought, if I stay in this bad association, the pure Vaishnavas will not give me nice instructions, they will not believe me. So he came and asked permission for his Gurudev, Vaishnav Das. I want to live here in Pradyumna Kunj. Vaishnav Das asked his Gurudev, Pradyumna Brahmachari. Yes, Pradyumna Brahmachari. Now, Paramahamsa Babaji, who is disciple of Pradyumna, and he began living there. Okay, this is little background, 6 minutes. So, towards evening, he was in his bhajan kutia, sitting on a mat of leaves and chanting Harinam. There was one oil lamp burning. That time was no electricity. So he saw one snake near his doorway. So he became very fearful and he took up a stick to kill the snake. And he went to his Gurudev's kutir. Gurudev, be careful, snake is there. Then Lahiri Mahasai said, Shantipur is very sophisticated and modern place. There is no fear of snake or scorpions there. But this Godrum is like a jungle, so very hard to live here. Vaishnav Das said, sit here. One cannot call himself a Vaishnav until he frees himself from all these fear disturbances like fear of death. Mukunda Mala Stotra says, how can that heart remember Krishna if that heart is always absorbed in lust, greed, envy, and fear? So one cannot call himself a Vaishnava till he gets rid of all these fears. Parikshit Maharaj was also cursed to die by snake, but by hearing the nectar of Harikatha, he became fearless. So you should also sit and hear. Then Lahiri Mahasaya said, yes, it's true. No, until someone becomes Vaishnava, there can be no auspiciousness. Then he asked a question, because he's hearing Katha from the other day. It seems there is a relation between Nitya Dharma and Vaishnava Dharma, but I cannot understand what is that relationship. Okay, so that's the question for today. Okay, so Vaishnav Das answered after meditating on the feet of Lord Chaitanya that Nitya Dharma and Vaishnava Dharma is the same thing. No? But there is two types of Vaishnava Dharma. One is Sud, pure Vaishnava Dharma, and one is Asud, impure Vaishnava Dharma. No? So what we see, because of the influence of Kali Yuga, most people cannot tell the difference between Sud and Asud, pure and impure Vaishnava Dharma. It means 99% of people, what is impure? They think that is Vaishnava Dharma. For example, don't want to mention any names, but even in Vaishnava community, what is impure, 99% of people will follow that and think this is the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, this is the teachings of Gurudev. So Vaishnav Thakur continued. No? Two types of Asud Vaishnav Dharma, impure Vaishnav Dharma. That is Vaishnav Dharma mixed with karma, and another is Vaishnav Dharma mixed with Gyan. In Bhagavad Gita, this is called Karam Mishra Bhakti and Gyan Mishra Bhakti. So most people, even Brahmanas, they take Diksha Mantra, Vishnu Mantra, they take Vishnu Mantra, they worship the Shalagram, they perform Gayatri and Sandhya Vandan, no? Even they may follow Ekadasi and other things, no? But actually this is all karma. Why? Because they think they are followers of the philosophy of Mimamsak. Mimamsak means, even if there is a Bhagavan, that Bhagavan is controlled by karma. No? So they do not believe Bhagavan is separate or independent of karma. Now, when Krishna spoke this Mimamsak philosophy to Nanda Baba, funnily enough in Bhagavatam, when Krishna saw that Madhya Soda, Nanda Baba and Brijabasis were absorbed in preparing Indra Puja, then to stop Indra Puja, Krishna spoke this atheistic Mimamsa philosophy. What did Krishna say? Have you ever seen Indra? No, we have never seen. So even if there is an Indra which you have never seen, Indra only can give the result according to your karma. This is not incorrect, no? It said the demigod's mercy and your karma follow you like a shadow. If you have the karma and you pray to the demigods, only then they can give you. Right? So they believe. Then Krishna gives many examples. For example, the ocean never worship Indra, but it rains on the ocean. No? Many people in Russia and America never heard of Indra, but they also get rain, but they never worshipped Indra. No? So Krishna gave many examples like this, that no need to worship Indra, because if you have the proper karma, that rain will come anyway. Like this. This is all Mimamsak. So when Sudha Vaishnava Dharma is mixed with karma, then they accept the worship of Vishnu. And actually, externally, it may appear that they are performing the limbs of sadhana bhakti, Ekadasi, Sandhyavandam, even worship of the Shalagram. But because their conception of Vishnu is that Vishnu is also a controlled entity, he is controlled by karma. Therefore, that type of worship is called Karma Mishra Bhakti. Okay. They regard Vishnu, actually Vishnu is the superintendent of all the demigods. But in this system of Karma Mishra Bhakti or Sudha Vaishnava Dharma, he is regarded as only being an aspect of karma and subject to the laws of karma. In other words, the conception is that karma is not subservient to the will of Vishnu, but that Vishnu is subservient to the will of karma. Okay? So in India you see many people, even we'll talk about this later also, so we'll leave it till then. So, according to this theory of impure Vaishnava Dharma, all spiritual practice like worship, upasana, bhajan, sadhan are merely limbs of karma because they want the results of karma. There is no higher truth than karma. That's why such people are called karmakandis and they follow the karmakand section of the Vedas. An example of that is also when the Yamadutas tried to take Ajamil from his body, then the Yamadutas also believed there is nothing superior to karma. Ajamil performed all sinful activities his whole life. He never did any prayaschita to become pure from that sin, therefore he's going to hell. This is the law of karma. No? So the Yamadutas and this whole system of belief where karma is prominent. This is called karma kanda. But devotee, we are not that. We are not considered to be karma kandis. Why? We believe the Supreme Lord is independent of all that. If you surrender to Him, He can free you from all karma in 1 second. No? So anyway. So this type of Vaishnava Dharma, but it's not really Vaishnava Dharma, it's mixed Vaishnava Dharma, is followed by the Mimamsak philosophies and it has been prevalent for a very long time. Many people in India who adhere to this doctrine pride themselves on being Vaishnava, but actually they do not care to accept any pure Vaishnava as Guru. Therefore they always remain bewildered. Okay, so another type of impure Vaishnava Dharma is when it's mixed with Gyan. No? According to this school of thought, the absolute truth is incomprehensible, all-pervading, undifferentiated, Nirvishesh Brahma. No? Therefore you cannot worship that because it's unmanifest, therefore you should choose a deity. Any one of 5 deities. Shiva, Ganesh, Vishnu, Sun God, and Durga. You choose any one of these 5, it doesn't really matter, and you worship that, then eventually when you're fixed in that, you can give that up and enter into the impersonal Brahman. They think the impersonal was manifest first, and from that came the personhood. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Avyaktam vyaktanapatam manyate mama buddhaya. Those who are less intelligent think I was first unmanifest and have now assumed this personality. But the truth is actually the complete opposite. The Nirvishesh Brahma actually comes from Krishna's body. So the personal form of Krishna is first, and the impersonal aspect is secondary. But all this is discussed in this chapter with Sambandha Gyan. So many people, it seems outside, they're also doing Ekadasi, chanting Vishnu mantra, Sandhyavadana. It looks like Vaishnava Dharma, but actually they want to merge with Brahman. Or their so-called worship of Vishnu is actually just temporary. Until you get liberated, then you give it up. And therefore both Where karma is predominant and where jnana is predominant, these both are called nimitic dharma. Nimit means a cause. What's the cause? Having material body. So all this is nimitic dharma. So until when these impure aspects of Asud Vaishnav Dharma are given up, then one can enter into the pure aspect or the Nitya Dharma. Okay. So, according to the Srimad Bhagavatam, Vaishnav Das continues, those who are inclined towards the Absolute Truth have three propensities. Brahma Pravritti, those inclined towards the impersonal Brahman. Paramatma Pravritti, your finger is very interesting. Paramatma Pravritti, those who are inclined towards the Paramatma, like the yogis and followers of Patanjali. And third, Bhagavat Pravritti, those who are inclined towards the worship of Bhagawan. No? So, in these two, the worship of Brahman and the worship of Paramatma are both nimitic, temporary. Why? They both have a material cause. Those who want to merge with Brahman, why they want to merge with Brahman? Because of the suffering of this world. Therefore, the suffering of this world is the cause of their worship, and this world is temporary, so that is why it's nimitic. And those who worship Paramatma, for example, the yogis, they want to enjoy the subtle enjoyment of mystic trance with Paramatma, as well as mystic powers. Therefore, this is also nimitic or temporary. So the worship of Brahman and the worship of Paramatma, this is all included within nimitic dharma. So, becoming more and more blind as it goes on. Bhagavatam says, Vedanti tattasvi vedas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmetmi parametmi bhagavaniti shabdate. This Guru Maharaj would sometimes say the whole Bhagavatam is explaining this one verse. Now, the Absolute Truth is known as the non-dual Absolute Truth. He is realized in three ways: as the impersonal Brahman, as the Paramatma, and as Bhagavan. So this Brahman and Paramatma are not separate from Bhagavan. Therefore, Bhagavan is known as the Advaigyan Paratattva. Advaigyan Tattva Brajendra Nandan Sarup Shakti Rupetar Hoy Aswadan. The Absolute Truth, the non-dual Absolute Truth. Why? Because nothing is separate from him. Brahman is what? The effulgence of Krishna's body. And the Paramatma is Krishna's personal expansion in the heart of every universe or in the heart of every soul. Therefore, Brahman and Paramatma are dependent on Bhagavan. Bhagavan is not dependent on Brahman or Paramatma. So, okay. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the original Guru of the entire world, has explained in Vaishnav Dharma there are three principles. What are they? Damayanti, for $10,000? Oh no, she got it right. Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojan. Don't worry, I have to get my money back before the end of the class. Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojan. These are three principles of Vaishnav Dharma. No? Sambandha Bhagavan. Anyway, all these things we will hear now from Vaishnav Das. A Sudha Vaishnav or Sudha Bhakta is one who knows these three principles. Okay. The first principle, Sambandha Gyan, means everything is related to Krishna. No? This Sambandha Gyan has three principles: Bhagavan, the Jiva, and Maya. Okay? Bhagavan has unlimited potencies, of which the main is the Chit Shakti or Sarup Shakti. The Sarup Shakti, the potency of the Sarup Shakti, known as the Chid Vikram, Chid Vikram, manifests the spiritual world and everything going on in the spiritual world. No? A portion of that Sarup Shakti is called the Tatastha. This is called Tatastha Vikram. From the Tatastha Shakti manifest unlimited jivas who can reside both within the spiritual world and also within the realm of matter. And thirdly is the material world, the Jar Jagat, the inert material world, which is manifested from Bhagavan's Maya Shakti. Okay, so the Swarup Shakti have three divisions: Chit Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, and Maya Shakti. From the Chit Shakti manifest the spiritual varieties, from the Maya Shakti manifest the material varieties, and between the material and spiritual there's a third, that is the Tatastha Jiva, the unlimited individual souls. Okay, so even though everything comes from Krishna, everything is related to Krishna, inconceivably at the same time Krishna maintains his own separate and independent existence. Everything depends on Krishna, but Krishna's existence does not depend on everything. In simple language, Maya Vedantatam Sarvam Jagadavyaktamurtina. Everything rests in me, but I am not in this world. Okay? I am in the heart of everything, but everything is not in me. Even though everything rests in me, I am not in them. This is achintya, inconceivable. Okay. Therefore, through his Isa Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, he manifests the unlimited jivas. No? He manifests himself also in the heart of everyone as Ishvara or Paramatma. Okay. So, in Vaikuntha, Krishna has many varieties. Krishna resides in Golok Vrindavan. He has many types of expansions known as Prakash and Vilas. In Vaikuntha are the 24 Vilas tattvas, Narayan, all this, Madhusudan, Govinda, the 24 different incarnations residing in the Vaikunthas. No, there Krishna enjoys pastimes of opulence, but in Golok Vrindavan he enjoys pastimes where sweetness is predominant. He has unlimited pastimes. No? And these has unlimited expansions, both Prakash expansions like in Ras Leela and in Dwarka, and Vilas pastime expansions. No? So all these also other incarnations, where do they come from? Krishna. So Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. Krishna is the source of Paramatma. Krishna is the source of the unlimited jivas. And Krishna is the source of the material world. Okay. So Sambandha Gyan means understanding Ishwara's relation, Bhagavan's relationship with the jivas, the relation of the jivas with matter, the relation of the jivas with Ishwara, and the relationship of Maya with Ishwara. This full understanding is called Sambandha Gyan. In simple language, everything is related to Krishna. I am also related to Krishna. Okay. So, Lahiri Mahasoy says, I have heard from some Vaishnavas that one is a Vaishnav only if he experiences bhav, right? Some ecstatic emotions. So, until this time, I just tried to develop feelings, but I not try to develop Sambandha Gyan. No? Many people like that. Oh, no need of any tattva gyan, just Govinda mera hai, Gopal mera hai. Put some chili in the eye and samasta sattvic bhavs, I became a Vaishnava. Many people think like this. No need of all this knowledge. No? Just develop bhav for Krishna. Okay, well that would be great, wouldn't it? But problem is, Babaji said, yes, it's true, the highest attainment for the Vaishnavas is this ecstasy, love of Krishna. No? But the problem is, without Sambandha Gyan, people will be doing Harinam and feeling for Krishna, but their goal is to merge with Krishna. No? Like many Mayavadis, they also hear pastimes of Krishna. They also chant Harinam and they shed tears, even some hair may stand on end. But this is not called real bhav. This is called bhava, not even bhava bas, not even a shadow of bhav, but rad bhav pratibimba, a perverted reflection of bhav. Why they think, just by hearing Harikatha and chanting Harinam, easily I will get liberation. This is not bhav. This is polluted bhav. No? This is called, okay, this is just imitation. So even one drop of Sudabhav, pure emotion, can fulfill all desires of the jiva. But the display of emotions by those who are polluted with gyan, that is aimed at attaining mukti, is a great calamity for the jiva. No? Many people like this. No? Like they come before the deity, they roll on the ground and ha ha ha, some weeping, and why? They want to merge with Krishna actually, or they want some pratishta, some name and fame from the audience. No? When Gurudev went to England in 1996, we went with him. That time was one group called the Vinod Biharis. Right? They're Sahajas, and they're based in Radhakund, but they preach in the West. So the leader of these Sahaja group came, and I didn't know anything about him. He had tilak, and so I just thought he was devotee. He started speaking to me. So he was saying, ever since I was a boy, I remember I always wanted some like this, Krishna. So I was looking at him, but okay, strange. Then he went to meet Gurudev, no? But I didn't know his background. Afterwards I found out. Then he went to Gurudev and began doing the same thing, some ecstasy. Then Gurudev just looked at him completely serious, so grave. Oh, are you sick? Do you have a flu? Do you need some tissues? Because he, do you need some tissues? Are you sick? Then he shut up, He realized I cannot cheat this devotee. Then he invited Gurudev for 24-hour kirtan. And the Gurudev said, oh, unfortunately, in the land of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we have too many services for all this. We have to worship the deity, we have to publish books, we have to worship the deity, we have to publish books, we have to preach. We have many, many services. We cannot do all this 24-hour Nam Sankirtan. Like that, he said. No, because you do 24-hour Nam, but no Vaishnava Seva, then pure Nam will not come. Anyway, so he tried to cheat Gurudev, but could not cheat. So actually afterwards, I shouldn't say it, but he was arrested by Interpol for child molesting. Understand? Prema, this is the most important thing and you can't understand. Afterwards, he was arrested by Interpol. Interpol, you understand? For child molesting. So this all, Krishna, all was impure, false, imitation, no? Anyway, that is the Leela of Damodar Maharaj, hearing this. So this all imitation by the Sahajas, this will not give any real benefit. One drop of Sudabhav that give benefit for the jiva and for the whole world, no? So the devotional sentiments of people who feel that they are one with Brahma is simply cheating. Therefore, Sambandha Gyan is absolutely essential for pure devotees. So, okay. We have to be a little quick because at the end of this bit is 18 questions, so we have to go through that. So Babaji asked some questions now, nice questions. He said, Babaji, then Larry asked, if Brahma is the highest truth, impersonal Brahman, why do people not give up the impersonal Brahman and worship Bhagavan? Then Babaji Maharaj smiled. Oh, hang on. I think this is, okay. So Babaji Maharaj smiled. No, many Brahmagyanis gave up Brahmagyan to worship Bhagavan, like the four Kumaras. Who else? Suk, Narad, Mahadev, Indra. They also all gave up that conception for the worship of Bhagavan. They asked, but Bhagavan has a form. Form is limited by time and space. How can Bhagavan be the resting place of the all-pervading Brahman? No? Babaji Maharaj said, just because something is all-pervading does not mean it is more important. No? The sky is also all-pervading, but it's not more important than the earth. No? So, being all-pervading is not a main quality. No? So, do not think that Bhagavan's form is limited. Bhagavan's form is supremely attractive, all-pervasive, omniscient, omnipotent, unlimitedly merciful, and supremely blissful. Which is more important, a featureless, nameless, all-pervading existence which has no potency or qualities, or a supremely attractive person full of all forms and potencies? Brahman is only one aspect of Bhagavan. Brahman is only one aspect of Bhagavan. Therefore, the impersonal and the personal conception of Bhagavan both are harmonized at the same time. Both exist simultaneously, but of course the personal form is prominent. No. So, Babaji Lahiri asked how Krishna's form can be eternal when we hear he takes birth and he also dies. No. Then Babaji says Krishna's form is Satchidananda, composed of eternality, knowledge and bliss. His activity, births and giving up the body, apparently have no connection with mundane matter. Then why such things are described in Mahabharata? Then Babaji Maharaj says they explained in a proper way, but people understand only according to their eligibility. So when another question, if the mind is material, the mind is limited, how can one meditate on the form of Krishna with a material mind? Right? Babaji Maharaj says, true, but by bhajan the mind becomes spiritualized. With a spiritual mind, spiritualized mind, one can think of Krishna. Okay, Nityatarangani, how can you see Krishna with material eyes? Cannot. But by bhajan, eyes become spiritualized, then can see the Swarup of Krishna. Right? So this bhajan, like iron put into fire, iron becomes like fire. So when this body is given in bhajan, then the mind, senses, and everything of the bhajan become also chinmoy and spiritualized. Spiritualized form, then the name, form, pastimes of Krishna manifest on the spiritualized senses of the conditioned soul. Okay? Bhakti purifies the mind so that it is gradually becomes spiritualized, and when one meditates with a mind that has become purified in that way, that meditation certainly becomes chinmay or spiritual also. When Bhajananandi Vaishnavas chant Krishna's name, the material world cannot touch them because they are chinmay. Internally, they are situated in the spiritual world as they meditate on Krishna's daily pastimes and relish the bliss of confidential service. So Luhi said, please give me that realization. Babaji Maharaj said, when you give up all doubts and mundane logic by constantly chanting Harinam, this realization will come by itself. No? I remember one devotee asked Srila Gaura Maharaj, similar, exactly the same thing actually. Oh Gurudev, I heard Vaishnav owns Krishna. Yes, yes. Krishna is the property of the Vaishnav. Then the devotee said, then give me Krishna. Then Gaura Maharaj said, like a lion, I can give, but can you take? You cannot take Krishna, therefore I cannot give. No? And just quickly, Gaura Maharaj told a story. There was a crow. The crow wanted a plow. Understand? Plow? Plow. So the crow, he took a piece of iron to the blacksmith. I want a plow. So blacksmith said, come back in 3 days. So the crow thought after 1 day, why I should wait 3 days? So he came, and the blacksmith had heated the iron, melted it, and made it into a plow, but it was still red hot. But the crow did not want to wait 3 days. So after 1 day, he picked up the plow, but it burnt him and he died. No? So in the same way, oh, give me spiritual realization. I have to be qualified for that also. No? So he asked, Louis asked, please be merciful and tell me what is that spiritualization? Then Babaji Maharaj said, give up all mental ideas, chant Harinam, you can understand yourself. No? In Gurudev's words, if I'm eating a rasgulla and you never had a rasgulla, how can I explain to you? You also have to eat that rasgulla. So Babaji Lahiri Maharaj said, yes, I will chant Harinam until I properly understand Sambandha Gyan. Babaji Maharaj said, yes, that is the proper way. So, Lahiri concluded this section. Then we come to these question and answers. Bhagavad Tattva has now become clear to me. Bhagavan is the one supreme absolute truth. Brahman and Paramatma are subordinate to him. Although all-pervading, Bhagavan resides in the spiritual world in his unique transcendental form, which possesses all potencies. He is the supreme person, consists of existence, knowledge, and bliss. Although he is the master of all potencies, he always remains blissfully engaged in the pastimes with his Ladini Shakti, Sri Radhika. Now we want to know about Jiva Tattva. Okay, so we spoke already about this, but he's going over it again and again. So Tatastha Shakti is the marginal potency. It is one of Krishna's innumerable energies. From the Tatastha Shakti come innumerable individual souls who are situated between the Chit Jagat, the spiritual world, and the Jar Jagat, the material world. These entities are known as Jiva Tattva. The Jivas are Chit Paramanu, minute atomic consciousness. The Jivas are bound to material world because they are very small. But since they are pure consciousness, if they get a little spiritual power, they can also become residents of the spiritual world. Two types of jivas, those who are liberated, the muktas, and those who are conditioned, the baddhas. Those who reside in the spiritual world are the liberated souls. Those who reside in this world are the conditioned souls. There are two types of baddha jivas also, those who are spiritually awake, the udit vivek, and those who are spiritually unawake, the anudit vivek. This is all from last chapter. See Bhaktivinoda Thakur again and again, bringing from other chapters, so again and again we hear. No? Birds, beasts, and human beings who do not speak spiritual life are those jivas, baddha jivas, with unawoken discrimination. Whereas those who have awoken consciousness, they are called Vaishnavas. Because no one except the Vaishnavas is endeavoring for the supreme spiritual goal. Not so easy to become a Vaishnava. Right? Last night we were talking also. Vaishnava means one qualification. Trinadapi sanachana torori vasuhishna manina manidana kirtanya sadahari. Okay? That means whatever Maharaj was saying last night, whatever Guru Vaishnava do to me, I accept that. I'm ready for that. Therefore, unless we have this qualification, we cannot stay in Vaishnava Sangha. We will be pushed outside. No, last night Maharaj was talking this qualification. Trinadapi does not mean to the non-devotees. Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj said. If a dog walks in the temple, do we do pranam to the dog, welcome for darshan? No, he said. When the dog comes, we take the stick and throw him out. That is Trinadapi. Trinadapi is only practiced for the Vaishnavas, towards the Vaishnavas and amongst the Vaishnavas. Okay? So, those who are spiritually awake, chant Harinam, and by faith and they get a chance to associate with the Vaishnavas. By associating with the Vaishnavas, we develop faith in Scripture and ruchi, taste in Harinam. Those who are spiritually unawake may also worship Krishna, but because they do not associate with Vaishnavas, then they worship the deity, but the desire to associate with Vaishnavas does not awaken in their heart. That means they are also spiritually unconscious. Kanishta Adhikari. So, Larry said, I've understood Krishna Tattva and Jeev Tattva. What is Maya Tattva? Maya is the material world, the material function and potency of Krishna. It is the inferior potency, the Apara Shakti. And this Chit potency, the spiritual world, is called the Apara Shakti. Oh, sorry. Para Shakti is the spiritual potency. Apara Shakti is the material potency. It is also known as the exterior potency, the Bahiranga Shakti. So Apara Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Maya Shakti, these are all names of the same thing. Para Shakti, Chit Shakti, Antaranga Shakti, these are all names of the same thing. Tatastha Shakti, Oisa Shakti, these are also two names of the same potency. Okay? So, Maya is the shadow of Krishna. Maya manifests earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, the 14 planetary systems, the false ego, the gross and subtle bodies of the conditioned souls. No? When the jiva is liberated, his body is free from Maya. The more he is captured by Maya, the more he is entangled. The material world is the prison house, a jail for the conditioned souls. It is not the eternal residence of the jivas. So tell me the eternal relationship between Bhagavan, Maya, between Krishna, Jiva and Maya. The Jiva is an atomic part of Krishna. Therefore the Jiva is the eternal servant of Krishna. By associating with sadhus, especially by chanting Harinam, one gets Krishna's mercy. One then becomes established in his spiritual form, his Swarup. Then goes to the spiritual world and drinks rasa in the form of Das, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhura Ras. So Sudha Vaishnava Dharma have four aspects: Das, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhura Ras. That was there, but in the beginning of the chapter we did not mention it. This is the confidential relationship between Bhagavan, Jiva, and Maya. Okay, Prema, can you remember all this? Sambandha Gyan means these three. Bhagavan, Jiva, and Maya. Okay, if you can remember that, then you can remember everything. Okay. Then Lahiri Mahasaya said, should I be knowledgeable to become a Vaishnav? Babaji said, no knowledge or no need any language to become a Vaishnav. Just should take shelter of bona fide Guru. Bona fide Guru can give Sambandha Gyan. How? By his words and behavior. No, Diksha and Shiksha. Then Lahiri asked, okay, I need Diksha, please give me Diksha. Babaji Maharaj said, no, I cannot do that, but I just give you Shiksha. So, Lahiri asked, please tell me about bhajan. No? On the strength of bhajan, one can achieve the goal. Sadhan bhakti is called abhideya. So Lahiri asked, please tell me, what is Bhagavad bhajan? Okay? Yesterday Prema asked, where is bhajan? So all it's here in Jaiva Dharma. Hari bhajan means bhakti. There are three stages of bhakti. The stage of practice, sadhan bhakti, the stage of preliminary stage of love of God, bhav bhakti, and fully mature bhakti that is called prema bhakti. Okay. What are the different types of sadhan? How can I practice? Bhakti Rupa Goswami described this very elaborately in the book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And in the next chapter this is described more. Vaidhi Bhakti is Nitya Dharma. But now it's just some touch. So what are the different types of sadhan bhajan? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Achanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanavedanam. Hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, becoming the friend of Krishna, serving him in the mood of servant, and surrendering one's life to him. These are the 9 limbs of devotion. Also, sadhan bhakti is 2 types, Vaidhi and Raganuga. Maharaj was talking last night, Madhusudan Maharaj, about these two types. Vaidhi Shastra, Shastra Avadanamoy Shraddha. That faith which impels one towards devotion, which is based on fear and respect of the scriptures. Maharaj explained last night, what is that? One hears, if one does not do Bhagavad Bhajan, he loses his position. Means he loses his position in Varnashram, he loses the human form of life. So who wants to lose the human form of life and go to hell? Not Damodar Maharaj. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Who wants to go to hell? Put up your hand. No one. So even this is one type of faith. No one wants to go to hell. But who believes in hell? Only those who believe in scripture. The only person, scripture, hell, there's no such thing, no fear. So even someone who has this faith, that person greatly fortunate. No? Who reads the 5th canto and feels fear of hell, is also one type of shraddha. This is called Vaidhi Bhakti. And of course, the more mature is Raganuga. If he goes to hell, he doesn't mind, just as long as he can remember Krishna. Okay? So Sadhan Bhakti, 2 type, Vaidhi and Raganuga. Okay, one should practice that type of Sadhan Bhakti which one is eligible for. So he says, how do I know which one I'm eligible for? The Guru understands. No? He understands that which sadhak should remain under the control of scripture and which sadhak should remain can practice Raganuga. For example, why we come to Mangalati? Because of spontaneous love for Radha Madhav, for Radha Lalit Madhav, or out of fear of Didi. If I don't come to Mangalati, I'll be kicked out of Krishna Balaram, I won't get any more prasad. Why we come Mangalati? Yes, so this is all Vaidhi Bhakti. But anyway, this is also good. This is not some joke also. Some person who developed this faith, that person also has like mountain of Sakriti. 99% of people don't care. But who cares? Who fears Vaishnav? Who has faith in Vaishnav? Anyway, so Guru can understand. So when he understands sadhaka is eligible for Vaidhi sadhan, he give that instruction. When he understands sadhaka is eligible for Rag sadhan, he also give that instruction. How can I know? How can you determine adhika, eligibility? Okay, Babaji Maharaj says. Okay, now we started the 18 questions. I can't remember how many now. One is eligible for Vaidhi Bhakti when he desires to worship Bhagavan according to rules and regulations of the scriptures. He has not yet experienced awakening of his inherent mood of being a Brijabasi. His inherent love to Krishna's Das Sakya Vatsalya Madhura has not awoken, but he still wants to do bhajan, that is eligibility for Vaidhi sadhan, like Damayanti, right? Damayanti is a gopi yet? No, but still want to do bhajan, right? Okay, this is Vaidhi sadhan. Okay, but so one is eligible for Raganuga when a spontaneous inclination for Hari Bhajan has awakened in his soul. And that time he is eligible for Raganuga sadhan. So Lahiri Maharaj, Gurudev, which I am qualified for? Then Babaji asked very nicely, examine your own heart. Do you think bhajan is impossible without the scriptures? Then Lahiri says, yes, I think like that. No. I know that Hari Bhajan is the notion of ras, and I know that gradually I will get there, but I fear to do something for which I am not qualified. No, I fear, I respect. So I will get there gradually. So Babaji said, very nice. No. Rules of Shastra now take prominence in your heart. You should adopt the practice of Vaidhi Bhakti. And in due course, the principle of Rag will awaken in your heart. On hearing this, Lahiri Maharaj became ecstatic. He touched the feet of Babaji Maharaj. Please be merciful and instruct me for what I am eligible. I do not want to discuss or contemplate anything for which I am not qualified. Very important. Trivikram Maharaj would say, you are giving a lecture on Gopi Bhav, but the audience is just thinking, when can I get married? What is the use of such instruction? He would say like that. Trivikram Maharaj, very nice like that. Very nicely he could read someone's qualification. Actually, this is one difference between Gurudev and Trivikram Maharaj. Gurudev said, Bhaman Maharaj said actually, there are two types of speaker. One looks at the eligibility of the audience and speaks according to that eligibility. Not like Pujapad Trivikram Maharaj. Another type of speaker doesn't care about the eligibility of the audience because he knows it doesn't matter what you speak, they will understand only according to their eligibility anyway. Like Gurudev, like Madhusudana Maharaj. Just speak whatever they like, don't really care what the audience is, right? But Bhaman Maharaj said we cannot say one is more merciful than the other because at the end of the day, the result is the same thing anyway. But still, better to deserve, first be qualified, then desire. First deserve, then desire. Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj would always say that. One crazy lady, Shashikala from France, sorry, she asked Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, I was there at that time, Gurudev, tell me about Raganuga Bhakti. And Puri Maharaj become very angry, really angry. You are telling me about Raganuga Bhakti, but when you chant Harinam, your mind thinks of so many rubbish things. Very angry he became. First deserve, then desire. First attain qualification. Anyway, so, but despite saying that thing about Gurudev, he would just speak, still Gurudev would never speak that which was inappropriate for the audience at the same time. Like Gurudev would speak high topics, but he would never speak in an improper manner at the same time. Maharaj also, no matter how much high he goes in his katha, he never speak in a way which some people will misunderstand, in a way which will disturb the mind of the audience. So they also, at the end of the day, they're also speaking carefully according to qualification. So, Didi, we were talking last night, it doesn't matter, it's all right. And there was one Vaishnav, and he spoke very high thing, like really. Didi said even we cannot repeat what he spoke, like very thing. Then another speaker, his name was, we were talking about him a lot last night, Basudev Chaturvedi, he was very learned. He became angry also and he chastised that person. You are grihasta, samsari, means married man, like grihasta. Why are you talking these things? No, you should not do like this. No. And Gurudev listening, did he say Gurudev's face also become very red because very ashamed what he heard. No, it was very high thing. No? So anyway, we should always be careful. No, don't try to enter into things we are not qualified. Like Trivikram Maharaj would say, Mahaprabhu ordered Raghunath Goswami to do Manasi Seva of Radha Krishna. But what level was Raghunath Goswami on when Mahaprabhu gave him that instruction? When Raghunath first met Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu not gave him that instruction at all. This Saraswati Thakur, if we look at his preaching mostly, we can see Saraswati Thakur would preach against Anadika Chacha, discussion of that subject matter for which we are not qualified. Prabhupada's preaching so much concentrated on that. So the problem is all Vaishnava community became influenced. We are not qualified to hear 10th canto. No, don't discuss Raganuga, all these things. If you discuss that, you are Sahaja, because that is the preaching style of Saraswati Thakur at that time. So when Gurudev came, the problem is the whole Vaishnava society so much became conservative. But the problem is if you continue that line, then you forget the goal of bhajan, which is Seva Radha Krishna. So Gurudev would speak in a liberal manner. But the problem is unqualified persons, when they hear these high topics, they not understand and they cause disturbance. So, like Gurudev would say, my disciples will spread Sahajism all around the world. Because that time necessary for Gurudev to speak these high things, but who is qualified? Not qualified. Then misunderstand, and this high thing they misrepresent. The result is chaos. Like Maharaj was saying last night, people think all people in Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, all is Manjari, All Guru Parampara is Manjari. If you're not Manjari, you cannot be in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Rupa Goswami Sampradaya. Gurudev never spoke like that. Gurudev spoke with one mood. But this thing he never spoke. But unqualified person not understand, misrepresent everything and cause chaos. So anyway, at the end of the day, no matter where you are, you just have to follow according to your qualification. No? So Lahiri Mahasaya, very honest person. I don't want to practice or hear or think that which I am not qualified. No? Hare Krishna. Yes.
That means we can speak or we can talk only about what about our level, not the practice. And that's why Gurudev was so much.
We should only speak according to our qualification. If there's something we don't understand, we can say Gurudev said like this. But we should also be careful not to misrepresent, but very careful where you should repeat. If you don't understand something, then very carefully you should repeat.
If we don't understand that, we shouldn't speak.
Can speak if you have faith in that. Not that you have to realize everything. Krishna, his name is the same thing. Have you realized? No, but we have faith. Like these end chapters of Jaiva Dharma, very high things, no? So we can hear, but very carefully we have to. At least we should know such things exist. That is the reason these things are given in the last chapter. Who is qualified can enter, and who is not qualified at least should know there such a thing exists. That's why this first chapter is so much important. Okay, I have to move on. So very good, Babaji said, you should practice Harinam. Harinam is more powerful than all the other forms of bhajan. There is no difference between Nam and Nami, Krishna and his name. If you chant without offense, very quickly, the pastimes of Krishna will awaken in the mind. No? Larry said, Gurudev, don't delay, give your mercy. Then Babaji said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And gave him Tulsi Mala. 10 minutes before he said, I won't give any Diksha, but when he see a really qualified person, he gave. Then Lahiri Mahasaya said, I feel ecstasy, so much happiness. And he fell unconscious at the feet of Gurudev. Lahiri said, I feel very blessed. Babaji said, you are very fortunate, you have accepted Harinam. So at that time, Lahiri began chanting constantly. Now he began putting tilak on the 12 parts of his body. When he would see a pure Vaishnava, he would do pranam. He would not eat anything not offered to the Bhagavan Radha Krishna. Every day he would chant 2 lakh of Harinam. Right, Prema, how many doing? Huh? Try and do a bit more. Gurudev said, who does less than 32 is not human. Imagine how quickly he catching. 2 lakh Harinam. No? Whenever he see a Vaishnava, he do Dandavat. No? Before doing anything, every day before doing anything, he would give pranam to Gurudev and Vaishnavas. He was always serving Gurudev. He not like to hear any mundane talk. He not like to show his expertise in singing. He was not the same person before. Now he had become a Vaishnav. He asked, what is Prayojan Tattva? After a few days, Babaji said the goal of all jivas is Krishna Prem. That is the ultimate goal. By practicing sadhana, that matures into bhav, and bhav eventually matures, becomes complete in the stage of prema. Prema is the eternal function and religion of the jiva. It is the only goal in eternal wealth of all souls. Only because of an absence of prema, the jiva suffers. Condensed spiritual ecstasy is called prema. Lahiri Mahasaya weeping, can I get prema? Babaji said, yes, And only a few days, your sadhan bhajan has converted to bhav bhakti, and very soon it will convert to prema. How many years we are going? Any conversion is there? Anyway, Hare Krishna. Then Lahari Mahasaya wept, there is nothing except Gurudev. What did I spend? Why I wasted my whole life? Thinking like that. Oh Gurudev, you rescued me from the well of sense enjoyment. Okay, so chapter 4, Vaishnav Dharma is Nitya Dharma. How much discussed in one chapter? No? Conclusion, two types of Vaishnav Dharma, Sud and Asud. Impure Vaishnav Dharma, that is mixed with karma and gyan. Pure Vaishnav Dharma, that is prema bhakti. No? When karma, the proclivity towards karma gyan removed from Asud Vaishnav Dharma, that becomes Sud Vaishnav Dharma. People have three inclinations, that towards Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. We should understand the relationship between Brahmatma and Bhagavan, as well as the relationship between Bhagavan, the Jiva, and Maya. This full understanding is called Sambandha Gyan. This Sambandha Gyan will save you from Brahmavad and personalism. No? So, in order for the Jiva to, if the Jiva is the eternal servant of Krishna, he should serve Krishna. How should serve Krishna? That is Abhideya. Abhideya means sadhan bhakti. Shravan, Kirtan, Vishnu Smaranam, 9 limbs of devotion. This is Vaidhi sadhan bhakti. Especially chanting holy name is the best. One chants holy name without offense, he can reach the stage of Bhav and Prem. Sadhan bhakti, two types, Vaidhi and Raganuga. By practicing Raganuga under the guidance of Rasik Vaishnav, that Vaidhi sadhan will transfer to Raganuga sadhan. So chapter 4, day after tomorrow. Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is Nitya Dharma. Vaidhi Bhakti is Nitya Dharma, not Naimitic Dharma. So chapter 5 is nice discussion on Vaidhi Sadhan Bhajan. That is what stage most of us, we are 99%, we are all on that. So today please read chapter 4 again. Then tomorrow can read chapter 5, and the day after tomorrow we'll study this again, 8 o'clock. Go Premanandi. Ananga Priya is asking, what? How do I become a human? Maybe last life he is practicing Raganuga Bhajan, then maybe from this life he can begin from there. Right? Maybe that is how many, that is also very rare. Very rare. How many, if they're Raganuga Bhakti, they're making all this offense to Vaishnavas, that is impossible. But still, don't give up hope. Because two types of samskar. One is from previous life, one is from this life. If you don't have any samskar from previous life, then this life gets samskar. So, no harm. And we see example. We will see example in Jaiva Dharma. Of course, these two devotees, Vijay and Brajana, they not begin immediately from Raganuga, they also begin from Sadhan Bhajan. They begin from Vaidhi Sadhan, but they're doing everything nicely, it transformed to Rag. So general rule, one has to go from Vaidhi to Rag. But maybe some special case, he's too much high in last life and died before could mature into Bhav Bhakti. Maybe that person can come into the stage of Rag from beginning. That is also possible. But that is little rare, no? And for Ananga Priya, she will definitely have to start in the stage of Vaidhi Sadhana. Hare Krishna. Go Premanandi.